at 6:30. Julie, would you call the roll, please?
Certainly. Kara Caston.
You're right.
Here. Ken Dawson.
Here.
Krista Espinoza.
Here.
Cheryl Fuller.
Here.
Thank you. Jenny Hagstrom.
Here.
Terry Pavasich.
Here.
Don Renner.
Here.
Gianna Hunchy.
Here.
And Nala Mokat. Here. Thank you very much.
All right, having a quorum, let's stand for the pledge of allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, Hank, we'll start with student perspectives.
Bless you.
Bless you. Bless you. Bless you.
I'm waiting for my.
All right, we have representatives here from T99 this evening. Lisa Ballo is going to kick it off. I'll give you the clip.
Oh, great.
You have all the power now.
All right.
Don't abuse it.
We might have to turn it on. You know, there's that.
Oh, yes, you know.
We've got to skip a couple here.
There we go. Okay. Good evening, everybody. My name is Lisa Ballo. I'm the Director of Special Services for District 99. Super excited to be here tonight on behalf of the Transition Center. I'm lucky enough to be able to be there on a daily basis starting this year, and so very excited for you to meet 4 of our students that we brought with us here tonight. But what we thought we would do is maybe just start with just sort of like a couple updated photos from our wonderful transition program. And just to say that was from our ribbon cutting ceremony that we had, and just a couple of those photos. And as you can see, everybody is incredibly excited for what a wonderful facility we do have. So thank you very much. Okay, so the purpose of Transition 99, right? It's a post-secondary preparation for our young adults with disabilities, 18 to 22. And they are there to further develop and practice their educational, their life, and their vocational skills within their homeschool community, right? So they're not bused 30 minutes away and practicing within an environment that they don't know anything about. It's right here in their home community. And a big part of the work we do at Transition 99 is also making those connections to adult services for our students in Illinois, so when they do leave us at the age of 22, their families are aware of what is out there as a way of adult services and what they can do to continue their, vocational experiences and just interact in their own community with the help of those adult services by the state of Illinois. So that's a big part of the purpose of Transition 99. I won't read through this, but you can just see these are the staff members that we have over at Transition 99, obviously myself. And then here tonight, we do have our T99 coordinator, Carolina Schoenbeck. We have 7 teachers, and here tonight to support some of our students is another one of our teachers, Jerry Smolik, as well as our vocational coordinator, Tricia Brawley, and then our speech and language pathologist, Natalie Gannon. But they just came here tonight to help support our students as they present to you guys on our student perspectives. So I'm going to go ahead and call up Carolina, and she's going to give you just a brief overview of the curriculum and the supports at T99. So then you have kind of an understanding as the students present what they're specifically talking about when they're talking about their programming at T99.
Hello, thanks for having us. So, like Lisa said, our program is 18 to 22. So everyone knows what happens at Downers Grove North and South. It's a comprehensive high school, so they're focusing on American history, physics, English. What do we do, though? Our program is centered more around life after high school, being a young adult, living on your own, as independent as possible. So all of our students learn about current events. We talk a lot about our circles curriculum and relationships. We do housekeeping, meal preparation and cooking is a big deal. We don't have a cafeteria, so all of the students are responsible for going out in the community, grocery shopping, they'll meal prep, they'll do a group lunch once a week, and then some of them bring their own sack lunch. But meal prep and cooking is a big piece. We do a lot of money skills, managing your money. We do a little bit of academics, but it's very functional based. So how much money do you need? Our supported students will learn the next dollar up approach. Others will be doing expenditures and revenue and money management and a budget, for the month with rent. And then we do a lot of hygiene and health. self-advocacy, how to speak up for yourself, talk about yourself in the community, laundry, we have 3 washing machines and dryers, recreational leisure is a big focus. What do you do in your downtime if you have an hour or you have a whole afternoon to yourself? So things that you do by yourself, activities you can do with others, social emotional learning, and that's really grown. Zones of regulation, so figuring out where you're at and how to get into a different, maybe we use the green zone a lot. A lot of our students want to be in the green zone versus the blue or the yellow. Health and fitness, we are partnered with the Oak Brook Park District now, and so we go work out at their facility and we get to swim, walk the track, play basketball, and then community-based instruction. So we have an awesome location, so we can walk to various places, and then we also take field trips and the teachers teach the students in their community too. So there's certain skills, and then there's some things we just do for fun. The students are broken up into 2 different groups, which we did this year. This is new because we really have grown. So our more supported students are in our life group, is what we say, and we talk about community safety, being safe with strangers, working on crossing the street safely, navigating your community. They need more assistance with independent living skills, so dressing themselves, toileting for some of our students. These students typically aren't able to work in the community on their own in like a competitive or even a job training situation, so we have them volunteering at different places. Some of the students will talk about that. And then we also have our micro business, so that's our in-house things that we do. So we make dog treats that we sell, shredding, we have the Cricut. And then focusing on Natalie, our speech pathologist, does a lot of work with communication. Some of our students, and one of the students who's going to present today, uses an alternative augmentative communication device. So what he's using is in the form of an iPad, but other students use different things to communicate if they're unable or they need extra assistance to speak. And then our Strive group is our less supported group. We work on executive functioning with them, that growth mindset, like I said about the money, job training, healthy living, and adult safety. So Natalie and Jerry are going to talk a little bit about our entrepreneurship class and then navigating the community with PACE.
Hi, everybody. So Carolina asked me, so I'm Jerry Swolik, one of the teachers at Transition. And we're real excited because we have 2 new classes that we've started this year. And one is entrepreneurship class that I am teaching, and 2 of our students are here today, and they're going to talk about that. We partnered with the University of Illinois Chicago for a research grant that they developed a curriculum that by the end of the year, the students are going to have their own business, come up with a business plan, and get $500 towards the supplies to start running their business. So that's exciting and something that we want to continue possibly in the future as well once we're done with UIC and their grant. Another class that I teach with Natalie, our speech pathologist, is our PACE travel training class. So one of the hindrances for a lot of our students on getting jobs or maintaining jobs is transportation, or even just accessing the community in general, because a lot of them don't get their driver's license or can't take the fixed schedule bus. So PACE paratransit is what we've used for several years. It is door-to-door service for adults with disabilities. And it's not always perfect, and a lot of our students need help navigating that, right? Just any other transportation. So we started this year of doing a direct instruction on how to use PACE paratransit so that when they do leave us, they have all the tools to be safe. So we work on from applying to get in the program to scheduling rides, rider etiquette, problem solving, and then we go through role playing with our staff. We take them out in the community and pretend and practice like we are the drivers, and we take them to the wrong place, and so they can problem solve, well, what do they do if it's late or they go to the wrong place. So that's been a really exciting new curriculum for us too. Right. Also, come to talk to you about our micro business. So that this has been, I've kind of taken it over. I don't know if I was supposed to take it over, but the last couple of years, been my baby. So many years we've been doing the shred dock. The shredding has been a huge business, a huge activity for our students. It is a preferred activity. A lot of our students really enjoy doing it. So we collect shredded confidential documents from area businesses. The district, our feeder districts give us all their stuff too, and other people bring in their personal items that they need shredded, and it's just something where shredders are working all day and the students really enjoy it. So we take it any of you have, you can bring it to us. We've expanded then onto dog treats. So again, this is more for our students who are not quite ready to go out and job train into the community, whether they're not ready yet or they might not be able to get to that point where they can be independent in a job. We can do it safely in our building and they can work on those skills and get fulfillment. And we do offer payment too. They earn gift cards through our STEP grant for the work that they do as well. So we have our dog treats and is very student-led. So we try to make it as student-led as possible. So it's the students measuring and making those treats rather than the staff. Because of the D99 Education Fund grant, we were able to get a Cricut and a mug press. So we've expanded to making custom mugs and stickers. People can send in what pictures they want. We've got a lot of pets that we've been making into stickers. Seller recently. But it's been really great, and we've expanded that we now come to the high schools once a week. We come to North, and then every other Friday we go north or south, and we have a table where the students can sell, and they can work on the money skills and just the social skills and personal skills to be able to talk to others and sell. So it's been an awesome experience for us. So thank you very much. Now I'm going to turn it over to the students. I know we've talked a lot about the students. I'm going to bring up Mary to start us off. Oh, and if you're interested in anything, we have flyers that I'll put up there.
Is it on? Hello?
Yeah.
Sorry. Oh! Hello, I'm Mary Reese. I'm a freshman at T99. And on a typical day at T99, I explore choices of things to do in my free time. One of my favorites is going to the Downers Grove Library for the True Crime Club. I just started job training at the Downers Grove Library, where I collect books and gather reserved items. My favorite part of T99 is going on community trips and my business class. My favorite trip this year was going to the Field Museum. It was really cool to see the crystal section and dinosaurs. In my business class, I started making bracelets for my business idea, and I sold them at a community market. One of the photos is me working at the Oak Fitness Center. Another me singing at a T99 party, and the other one is volunteering on Meals on Wheels. Thank you for supporting T99. I brought bracelets that I made.
Oh, nice.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We're 20.
Thanks.
Thank you, Mary.
I'm like,
Thank you.
thank you. You don't want to bring
Thank you very much. Who's got the 99?
It's like Taylor Swift. It's like Taylor Swift.
Hi, my name is Ray Dean. I'm a senior at T99. I have learned many things at T99 over the years. I job training at the patio and I got hired as a food runner. I now work at DGN for Shotwell, where I make bento boxes, and other tasks. I'm learning how to start my own business, making clothes in our business. I learned how to use paste so I can get to work. My favorite part of T99 is making friends and playing D99 groups. My favorite community trip with T99 is going to Oprah Fitness Center for working out with my teacher, Jerry. Eventually, I'm working out at Oprah Park this year. My hood team made it to state and won last year. That is me with my teacher, Jenny. Thank you, and that's up to Jackie.
Thank you, Ray.
Thank you.
Hello, it's Jackie Gomez. My name is Becky Gomez. This is my 3 year at or control we waste with morning routine as class. Next, Italy
into comedy, speed, last time, Holbrook finished, and Andy twice. We go to Hampton Inn for work and do cleaning and laundry. Afternoons, how I do housekeeping, back of business. My favorite part of going to 10 going to work, bring and punted. My favorite comedy trip, you're going to the Chicago Bulls game. I like seeing my friends and was it that game? Yeah. It's just me. The worker is me, my friend Bala and Cecily, Max Nuri and Davy, Dog Streets with Mary and Park Go Inside Swings. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And then our last student is TJ. Come on up, TJ.
I'm TJ Postmus and I'm in my first year at T99. I start my day at T99 in my homeroom getting ready for the day. We wash and fold laundry, take community trips, and make micro-biz items like dog treats. My favorite part of T99 is Circles class to learn about safety. My favorite community trip is going to Oak Brook Fitness Center to walk on the treadmill. Doing sign language with my classmates. Playing hoops. Volunteering and feed my starving children. At the Wolves game with T99. Thanks.
Hello, my name is Trisha Brawley. I'm the vocational coordinator with T99. Our program has a huge focus on building vocational skills for all of our students, whether that's in a supportive environment of our building with our micro business and our in-house jobs, or out in the community. And we have so many outstanding business partners. Most of them are up on the screen. There's a chance I missed them, but all of the students here are job training or working somewhere in the community. TJ is going to start this week at PD of Progress, which I'm so excited about. Ray Marion has job trained and found competitive employment through that, which is incredibly wonderful. Mary is at the Downers Grove Public Library, and Jackie is at Hampton Inn, where she does some housekeeping jobs. Through these community partnerships, we do a service for our students and the community, and they do the same for us. So it's really wonderful, and we're so grateful for them. Just today, we had 2 students who started competitively working at Mod Pizza, which is incredibly exciting that we had a partnership with them kind of pre-COVID where we were job training. We went back after COVID once everything opened back up, and they were really interested in us being there with job coaches, but to competitively employ students. So we're very grateful for that. So thank you.
Thank you.
So that completes our student perspectives. We hope you really enjoyed it. Obviously, come see us at T99. Anytime, just drop by. One of us would be there to take you around if you'd like to see it. But we'd like to open it up in case anybody had any questions they might have, either for our students or for some of our staff members. And if not, that means we did a really good job.
Great job.
Thank everybody for sharing their story tonight. Thank you.
Yeah, those are wonderful.
It was very interesting and very good to see the students and how they're doing.
Yeah, so again, come on over anytime and you'll see a bunch more of them, kind of in their, in their daily schedules. And thank you very much for the opportunity.
Well, I do have some questions.
Sure.
Almost.
He almost escaped.
How's the new building and how is it improving upon and/or opening up new opportunities for educational opportunities?
Yeah. I mean, obviously it's beautiful, so who doesn't like to work in a beautiful environment, right? But just from a space perspective, you could imagine we had about the same number of students previously, and these are adults. They're not kids, right? And so we are able to really spread out and have those experiences where we are not sort of trying to hurry up, like be on top of each other all the time. One great example are the 2 kitchens. Because there are 2 kitchens, we don't have to have 4 different lunch periods to rotate students in and out. They can use it not only for the meal prep that the folks were talking about, but also creating and making group lunches, like some of our students would do for their families, preparing their breakfast every morning, or preparing lunch to take with them to work. Like really trying to mimic what a regular work day would look like, right? When we get up before we go to work, we're preparing all, if we're taking meals with us to work, we're doing all of that in our kitchens, right? And we're really trying to simulate that exact example. We also now have some swing spaces, so if we need to do smaller groups or move things around, we have the space to do that. Right now we have 7 classrooms, but we have the ability to house 8. And so we're using that extra classroom right now for recreational means, like that rec and leisure piece, when the weather's not great and we can't get outside. That's another place for us to be able to experience those types of things. But the kitchen being a really big one, not just for its function of a kitchen, but its multifunctional purpose, right? That I think, like the commons in both buildings, same kind of concept. So we can utilize it for different reasons. But we absolutely love it. We've had lots of people from the community, prior students, come back and just show up and want to see it, and everybody's walking around like, oh my goodness, this is so wonderful. So we greatly appreciate it, not only for our students, but also for our very deserving staff. Thank you.
Lisa, the partnership with UIC and the grant program, how did that come about? And are there more opportunities like that?
Yeah, so I went to a conference at University of Illinois in Champaign, and they presented on their program that they were accepting area schools. So they work with high schools or transition programs, and I just had to contact them, and we applied, and the students then and parents signed off on that they could be part of this research. And this is their final year, though, of the grant. So as far as the money goes that they would provide, that ends this year, but the curriculum is free for everyone, so we can continue to use the curriculum for years to come, and hoping that maybe like through our micro-business money, maybe we can use that, or depending on rules and regulations, how we can then support students to have these side hustles, or if they can't be competitively employed, they have a home business that they can, work on every day and be fulfilled too through that way. So.
Thanks for doing that. I mean, a lot of the kids who talked here tonight mentioned that is one of their favorite things at T99, so that's a great opportunity.
It's really, I wish we have a detailing service that someone's going to open up his own detailing business and a landscaping business, so I think it's, plus our clothing line and our bracelets, so I think I'm excited to see where they're going to take it, so.
Yeah, that should be like an end of the year T99 student perspectives, and we'll come back and
All right.
Oh, definitely.
and allow the other students in the class to present.
Sounds good.
What hours are they, like,
The students?
yeah, when are they there?
They're there from 8 to 2:30.
Oh, okay.
But we're in and out of that place all day. So probably at the very beginning of the day and the end of the day, you'll see all of them there. But very infrequently throughout the day will you see all of them there.
Now, are you doing 365 days?
No, we're the regular District 99
You're
calendar.
going to be closed over the summer?
And then we do our district ESY program that we've always done. In the past, we've housed that at Downers Grove South because T99 was just physically too small to house our full district ESY program, but we're going to actually be there this summer, which is wonderful because of the location and access to the community that is just more prevalent at that location than it is at Downers Grove South.
Okay.
Yeah, so pretty much all the month of June.
That's okay. How many weeks is that? Is that just
It's June 3rd through June 27th, off the top of my head. Yeah, it's pretty much always the month of June.
Same, okay.
Yep.
Okay.
I know I said this at the ribbon cutting, but it bears repeating. We always talk about D99 being a destination district, and I think that applies to T99 as well. And T99 touches so many lives for the students and their families. And there's a lot of families that move to our community because of the program that we offer at T99 and also in the schools themselves. So, Lisa, I just want to commend you and your staff and all the work that you guys do and the daily hard work that's put in and the lives that you touch. So thank you so much.
Oh, our pleasure, our pleasure. We have a lot of really happy staff members who get to see our young adults walk in every day. And I will say, huge upgrade for me. I get to be smiling all day, every day, because you can't not smile in that building. It's been wonderful being there every day.
You know, I would agree with you 100%. Having attended the ribbon cutting, your staff is just magnificent. The energy and passion that they bring every day is just phenomenal.
Yep, and what I love the most is that they're smiling even when there's big problems. So we just smile through it and help each other. They just love the students and really enjoy working there, and they enjoy working there in this lovely facility, but they enjoyed working there when we were a little more crowded, right? Either way, they loved working with our students, and I think it's just a very big thank you to them too, as staff, to be in an environment where they're now physically comfortable as well, and our students and our families just love it. So again, we appreciate you all for supporting that. We know it's a big investment.
Can I ask you, I mean, you have a very impressive list of community partners. How can we help? I mean, are you always looking for more partners? What kind of partners are you looking for? Tell us a little more about that.
So a huge initiative kind of in the land of special education and vocation is carving jobs, because there's a million jobs we've carved out, like the district pony we've taken over as a job training.
That's interoffice mail.
Yeah. No,
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Yeah.
A lot of words otherwise.
Yeah.
But finding tasks that our students can do, because often the robust job description somewhere is challenging, but we can pick things and say, I have a student who can really do this, and we can really build out your staffing and make you more efficient when we do these things. So any contacts anybody has, they're welcome to have my email. Send me an email. I'm more than happy to communicate and facilitate conversations of how we can help our students access the community.
Yes, Trisha's done a lot. She supervises 4 job coaches that work with our students, but a huge part of that job is not only doing the schedule for all of our students, which is always really challenging every week, but is really going out herself into the community, walking into businesses, asking those questions. How can we help your business be more efficient? I have a student in mind who I think could do X, Y, or Z, and really trying to build opportunities around those questions. But it's walking into businesses and talking to owners and talking to people and trying to carve out those specific jobs that might not be posted a specific way, but maybe we can create something that would be mutually beneficial to everybody.
And we have so many wonderful businesses in the D99 community to really work with, and Anderson's Bookshop is a great example of a small shop where I walked in, had a conversation with a manager, and then they called me back, and it took a little bit, but they wanted us there. So it's been a really exciting kind of adventure in that sense.
And our students are the best employees. There's so many studies that individuals with disabilities, they come to work on time. They're not distracted by their phone. They're so loyal. So really a big piece is finding a job culture where there is natural supports, where people who are working at the patio, they'll still cue our students, oh, keep going here, this is ready, those natural supports are embedded, and once our students get hired and are competitively employed, they stay competitively employed. We still go to Culver's, and students who graduated 8-10 years ago are still working. Same thing with Jewel, Trader Joe's. So if we can get them set up, make sure they're successful, then they stay. And it really brings so much meaning and importance to their life because they have something to do every day, get up, and then they have people who are caring about them because we know the work aspect of our life is huge. So it really, when we can find employment for our students, even if it's volunteer or supported, it really is so impactful for them. So that's why we put so much emphasis on the vocational training piece of T99.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, guys.
All right, Gianna and Nala have a tough act to follow.
I don't know how I'm going to follow that. That was really good. My turn to go first? Yeah. All right. A lot's been happening at DGN lately. First off, I'll touch on winter sports because we're pretty good at those. For basketball, we're killing it just like we did last year. We're both the boys and the girls this year are doing just incredible. Our girls' gymnastics is at sectionals tonight, so cheer them on. And our girls' bowling and wrestling sectionals are on Saturdays as well, are on this Saturday as well. And really importantly coming up, we have a Spirit Week coming up because February is kind of that lull month, so we're trying to pick it back up again, get the excitement back in. So we have next Friday, we have a pep rally. So we have a special schedule on Friday, and we're going to do class competitions, team competitions, and just kind of amp everyone back up again. Monday night we have a dodgeball tournament, which is super fun, and we have Spirit Days coming up. So Monday's going to be Pajama Day, Tuesday's Mardi Gras Day, we have a Valentine's Day, we have Class Color Day. It's going to be so fun. So yeah, everyone, other than that, it's just kind of that lull kind of time right now. So everyone's kind of in the second semester thing. Juniors are figuring out what they got on the SAT score, and they're either like, oh no, or yes. Seniors are just waiting for college decisions to come back. Sophomores are gearing up for next year. Lots of course registration going on right now. I was just in the College and Career Center and hunting down scholarships, and it was slammed with, which I think is really good because it's become a really, really good resource for a lot of kids. I saw freshmen, sophomores, juniors, and seniors in there, just being able to have a resource of just questions they had about different classes, different scholarships. So yeah, it's been really good.
Thank you.
So at South, we have a lot of activities coming up for February to make it a little bit more, again, like Gianna said, a little bit more happy and fun, because from the transition from January to March, because March is even going to be more packed, it's going to, having this time to have fun is very important, while also focusing on studying, of course. But, so with that, in February, we have, so for Valentine's Day, our Key Club is actually selling crush cans for $2, meaning they purchase a crush can, so a soda can, and there's different colors, different flavors stand for different types. So purple is, I don't know, your crush, and then orange, I don't know, orange is significant other, and then another one is friendship. There's different, but you can choose whichever one you want. But with that, they're selling those, so then you would just put your friend's name that you want to give it to, and then they'll send those out to classrooms. So on January 13th and January 14th, they're going to deliver it to the classes, and the students will just be shocked on if they got one, if they expected it, or if they didn't expect it, And then we also have our ACE Spirit Week coming up. So I think that's in February 20th, so it's
Somewhere
a few weeks from now. With that, we're also ending with our winter dance, so that will be fun to see, and we'll also have a bunch of like spirit days competitions between classes, and then hopefully seniors can get the spirit jug again during the assembly. And then for Leap Day, our Mustang Access leaders are actually trying to figure out something to make it fun on Leap Day, since it happens 1 in 4 years, right? So we've definitely come up with ideas so that day can be really fun and engaging, and everyone can be like happy that we have 29 days instead of 28. So that will be fun. And then with sports, the winter sports are kind of like in the closing period, so we're going on to our IHSA like competition levels, and I know a lot of people are working hard to get where they want to be, so that's really cool to see like them reach the level of sectionals or state, and just seeing that like our Phillies, our varsity dance team, got 12th in the state last weekend or 2 weeks ago. But other than that, like everybody is just excited to see where DGS can go in sports and in February. So very good.
Item 4, any visitors?
Any slips?
No.
No? No?
No.
Okay, Hank, I'll turn it over for item number 5, board workshop items.
All right, we just have a few quick items for the board this evening. The first one is usually at this time of the year, we bring recommendations for increases in student fees. However, this year, we're going to recommend leaving them flat for a year.
All right.
So there's nothing for the board to approve unless they would like for us to come back with a recommendation to raise fees. But our business department feels like this is a good recommendation for this school year.
Awesome. Yes, I'm pleased about that. 'Cause, it's hard enough for our families without having to add extra money to it, so that's very good.
Well, and a reminder, no increase in student fees is essentially a decrease in student fees because we're not keeping up with inflation, right?
Yeah.
So, although it doesn't look like a decrease, essentially it is.
It's a little easier.
In front of you is a rough draft document that went out to the board earlier. It went out to our staff as well, and I've been gathering feedback from staff. This is the most recent version. It hasn't changed since I shared it with the board end of last week. But this is a project we've been working on this year as we've looked to better recognize students and staff in District 99. So what we've been working on is a student and staff recognition program. Criteria that would lead to students or staff members coming in front of the board and being recognized, or dedicated ceremonies that happen at the schools that board members would be invited to attend. Listed in here with specifics are for athletics and activities, for team and individual placements that would automatically initiate us as the administration reaching out to the coaches or sponsors to try to find an appropriate time to invite them in to be recognized by the board. So I have a couple of things for the board. First is any feedback on this. Second is a question as to whether we would like to do this quarterly, by semester, by year, in real time as they happen. Kind of those are the options. And then finally, how do we want to catch up for this school year? Whether it is we want to do it on a board meeting night and we find a location, invite everybody in we missed, or schedule a special board meeting that's just a celebration night, separate from our normal business. So I'm going to go in that order. So first of all, any feedback on the document as it's presented? And this will just continue to morph and change because things change in recognitions and as we get feedback from people. I'm not going to ask for the board to approve it, but to review it. So any feedback on this document?
I just had a question. So if I understand this right, so the dedicated ceremonies are around these academic things that are listed here, this list of like 10
Yes.
things, right? Everything else would be coming to a board meeting. So all this
Correct.
other stuff is, okay, just want to make sure.
All the
I
other
understood
stuff, when it happens, would
Okay, yep.
happen at a board meeting.
Okay.
Yes.
Is this differentiated by north and south, or are they just put together?
They're just we tried to smash it together. Yeah.
I think this is a really good idea.
Yeah, we've gotten a good, we did share it with the entire staff last week. Jill and I have gotten a great deal of feedback, and have tried to work that into this. I imagine as time goes on and as things happen, we might have to tweak it and adjust it, but we think it's a pretty good spot to start from.
I think it's a fantastic program. It'd be a great thing. Anytime we have an opportunity to highlight the accomplishments of our student and staff, I think we should take full advantage of it. And as much as possible, if we can do it in real time, I think the closest to the actual event, the more meaningful it is.
Yeah.
That was my next question, so thanks for the transition, Ken.
I definitely agree with that. Real time is the best, because then you don't get so backlogged.
Yeah,
too.
because we are kind of backlogged right now.
You know,
For the school year.
so,
Although we're backlogged because we're
Well,
choosing to be. Yes.
yeah.
Real time, also, I think what Hank's trying to cut to the chase is what does that mean? Does that mean every single board meeting, we have sort of like a new business, old business, we have like a standard, like,
I would recommend we
Placeholder.
open with celebrations like that, and any guests that are here. A lot of the feedback when we used to do more of these recognitions from students is, we are very busy. This is another night on the schedule, and concerns about students taking another night out. So I would, if we're going to do it in real time, I would have the principals work with those coaches and sponsors to find the most appropriate date for their teams. We'd bring them in, and that would be the first thing we do from jump, so that they could be recognized, and then they can be off on their day. And we may actually have some groups that are like, thanks but no thanks, right? And that would be totally at their discretion, but they would be invited to come in. But that's how I would recommend we do it. If it's a very large team, we might have to relocate the board meeting to another location, right? And that's always a challenge as well, based on facility usage and everything else. So as close to real time as possible with all of those factors brought together.
Is the timing of all these things like really scattered, like, or?
Yes.
Yeah.
Some of them are seasonal, and you could end up like we did this year, where like football and cross-country at North all had great seasons, and they'd all be in close proximity to one another. So each of those sports seasons ones kind of happen at 3 points throughout the year, although some of the sports kind of staggered as they end, right? Some end, like golf is going to end early in the fall, where football's going to end late, right? Yeah, Gianna?
We could also just do like student representatives, because that way, so like, for example, like then like the captains of the football team come and then just talk, because that way then we don't have to relocate, and it's not like a ton of people talking, and then that way it's just like a little bit of a segment at the beginning too, that we can get more people in too.
I kind of like having all the students come that, I think that they would feel a little more important by
so too.
by that, rather than.
If we have to run over the cafetorium at South or something like that.
True.
So be it.
So be it.
I like the idea of starting the meetings with celebrations. I think though, if we do take a trial period and see if it's going to work, doing it at every meeting, and try to get the right fit for it, we can start that way, I think, and then we figure out if that's the best way to do this, since this is something new for us.
I don't think they'll happen at every meeting. It's not like every week there's somebody finishing at the top of the state or national level, right?
Well, why
Or
not?
every month. Well. we're working on it. The other thing, though, is there are some sports that may choose to have their own celebrations and would rather invite you to theirs, right? So that's a the coach and the team could say, no, we'd rather have our own night with our parents and families invited, and in that case, we'll invite the board to ours, right? So I would like for us to always defer to the students and coaches as to what their preference is, or they might choose to do both, right? But know that they will be
Do you feel like there's a lot of
invited.
interest in this approach, like our teachers and coaches?
We'll find out.
So we
I
don't
know when
know.
I first got here, We did these, Julie, was it twice a year?
Quarterly.
Three times a year. And we did hear from a lot of students that it was another thing kind of added on their calendar, and interest and attendance waned greatly from before I got here into the first couple of years that I was here. And then we went to celebrations at the schools instead of at the board level. But we're going to try to bring it back. We saw that the cross-country team really enjoyed being here with us and being recognized. So, and we are really focusing this year on how we can better recognize people's accomplishments throughout the district. So I think it's time to reboot it, give it a try, learn from it, and then we can see how it goes.
It looks like though, most of, at least to me, most of the students who have come to be recognized over the years I've been on there, excited to be here.
Yes.
And they, like the fact that we're recognizing them, so.
But I think we should be committed to, if their preference is to have the thing.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, we should all try to
Right.
have some representation.
Absolutely.
So what we'll do is work with the principals as these great events happen.
Yeah.
Try to figure out how to make it best work for us, time, location,
Yeah.
all of those pieces. But know that they will at least receive an invite when they meet this criteria. And we'll try to, it sounds like, in as close to real time as possible is the feedback. Now, we have a whole bunch of people from the beginning of the year through January that we haven't celebrated yet. Would the board like for us to pick a meeting in the future to do this? Or Julie and I could work with the board and the principals to try to find a night where we just do a celebration of kind of the first half of the year and invite people out.
I'd be in favor of the latter.
Me too.
If we have to do a special meeting, yeah.
Because I'm thinking, if we invited everybody we missed to one meeting, we probably wouldn't have
Be a long
capacity, right?
Be a long night. We've had a lot to celebrate this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we could just do, it doesn't even have to be a formal board meeting, right? We don't have to do a formal agenda, but we could do a recognition night where the board is inviting these different groups. We'll once again work with the principals to identify who we should, make sure we're catching up with and inviting out. And then we could just do a special celebration night at, one of the locations. Perhaps
Could we be open
T99
to
or
doing it
something.
during the day, or do you feel like that would exclude families or?
That's the challenge is the families.
I think parents probably would enjoy participating.
With parents, it's either breakfasts sometimes are better. Parents can come and celebrate before they head off to work, right? And kids can show up and do that. But if it's a longer program, it would have to be in the evening.
I will say, we had the National Merit Scholarship recognition breakfast,
Yep.
and that was a very nice event. And it was attended by the majority, if not all, of the parents who, just pushed their workday back an hour or two if they had to, but it was very well attended, and it really didn't interfere with the structure of their day. So that was really good.
Yeah, I would say the majority of the things listed down below either happen at like an evening celebration, but a lot of them tend to happen at breakfast now, right?
Yeah, we do a lot of breakfast.
Yeah.
People are busy after school, so we've had a little more success in the morning.
Agreed. Same with us.
So I'll talk through it with the cabinet, with the principals, and we can try to figure out if it makes sense to do one night for the district, or a north night and a south night, or north morning and a south morning. I don't know. We'll talk through it and try to find a time that makes sense. If we're going to do it independent, I would say we do it just separate from like a traditional board meeting.
Yes.
We just have a celebration in some way.
It's too sterile in here for something
Yeah,
like that.
yeah. Well, with the number of groups
Yeah.
that we'd have to catch up with.
Yeah.
All right, we'll get to work. Thank you. Couple other items. CARES grant. Scott has worked really hard for us to have access to this CARES grant. Scott, can you give just a quick summary of what it offers our community?
Yeah, so District 99 was awarded the $249,000 by the Illinois Department of Health in the state of Illinois to provide mental health services, and it's the services of counseling outside of the school day. the way the program will work is that we will do the kind of the marketing to the strategic marketing to students in need. Referral GPS is a company that we worked with in the past. They're also going to be part of the grant. They will connect families to outside counseling. The district, it's anonymous for us. We don't know, we market it, but we don't know which students get the support, which is good though. The whole spirit of it is to get mental health support. And so what we did on the memo, we listed the contracts that are part of the grant, they're subcontracts. And so what we're asking today is for you to authorize us to, work and move forward and sign those contracts to keep the grant moving. So we're super excited about it. It's going to be a great resource for our families and students.
And Scott's working through each of those contracts with the board's attorneys. So once the board's attorneys, we're asking that once the board attorney authorizes us to move forward, that you've authorized us to execute those agreements and enter into them. So any questions for Scott?
Sounds exciting.
Oh, it's a great,
Thanks for the work.
great resource for our community. All right, the next one is the bond issuance we brought at the last board meeting. We're about to open a public hearing for anybody that would like to provide feedback on that bond issuance. None of the terms of it have changed. It's still the same amount for the same purposes, $5.2 million for the additional capital improvement projects, which includes the turf field, the tracks, the scoreboards, 2 large classroom projects at each side of town, the internal scoreboards, and the field house floors. Right, so, and the cost of issuing the bonds. Jury's here if you have any questions. Otherwise, we'll ask Don to open up the public hearing.
No questions? Okay. So item number 6, this agenda item, or I'm sorry, the next agenda item for the Board of Education is a public hearing to receive public comments on the proposal to sell bonds in the amount of $5.2 million for the purpose of increasing the working cash fund of the district, the working cash fund bonds. All persons desiring to be heard will have an opportunity to present written or oral testimony with respect thereto. The reason for the proposed issuance of the working cash fund bonds is to enable the district to have in its treasury at all times sufficient money to meet demands for expenditures. Are there additional comments from the members of the Board of Education? Hearing none. If there is any written testimony concerning the proposed issuance of the working cash fund bonds will be read into the record by the secretary. If there is no written testimony, if there is no written testimony, if there's any oral testimony or any public comments concerning the proposed issuance of the working cash fund bonds, the public may make those comments. Julie, do we have any?
There is no written testimony.
There's no written testimony, there's no oral testimony.
Is there anybody that wishes to address the board regarding the public hearing? Hearing none.
Hearing none. All persons desiring to be heard have been given an opportunity to present oral and written testimony with respect to the proposed issuance of the working cash fund bonds. I need a motion for the hearing to be adjourned.
So moved.
Second.
Terry moved and Ken seconds.
Thank you.
Is there any discussion on the bond issuance? Hearing none, Julie, please call the roll for a vote on the motion.
Terry Pavasich? Aye. Ken Dawson?
Aye.
Chris Espinoza?
Aye.
Cheryl Fuller?
Aye.
Jenny Hagstrom? Aye. Kara Kasten?
Aye.
And Don Renner?
Aye, motion is carried and the hearing is adjourned. Moving to item number 7, the consent agenda. Is there any item a board member would like to remove from the consent agenda? Hearing none, I need a motion for the Board of Education to approve the consent agenda as presented, which includes A, authorization for the administration to sign the contracts associated with the CARES grant pending attorney review of the contracts, B, amended summer 2024 calendar, and C, extended school year ESY compensation.
So moved.
Second.
Second by Terry.
Thank you. Cheryl Fuller?
Aye.
Terry Pavasich?
Aye.
Kara Kasten?
Aye.
Ken Dawson?
Aye.
Chris Espinoza?
Aye.
Jenny Hagstrom? Aye. And Don Renner?
Aye, motion carries. Item number 8, is there any additional visitors?
No, sir.
No slips.
No slips, okay. So item 9 is closed session. I need a motion from the Board of Education to go into closed session for A, the appointment, employment, compensation, discipline, performance, or dismissal of specific employees, specific individuals who serve as independent contractors in a park, recreational, or educational setting, or specific volunteers of the district or legal counsel for the district, including hearing testimony on a complaint lodged against an employee, a specific individual who serves as an independent contractor in a park, recreational, or educational setting, or a volunteer of the district, or against legal counsel for the district to determine its validity. And B, collective negotiating matters between the district and its employees or their representatives, or deliberations concerning salary schedules for one or more classes of employees in accordance with 5 ILCS 120/2C2.
So moved.
Second.
Terry moves, Chris seconds.
Thank you. Terry Pavasich.
Aye.
Krista Espinoza.
Aye.
Cheryl Fuller.
Aye.
Jenny Hagstrom.
Aye.
Kara Caston.
Aye.
Ken Dawson.
Aye.
And Don Renner.
Aye, the motion carries. For the members of the public, the board will not be taking any action other than to adjourn when it comes out of closed session. Thank you.
All right, we'll be back in here. Let's take 5.
All right.